Hey there, beautiful friend. How are you? Listen, if you are watching this and you are going through any type of womanly issue, I'm going to call it pelvic issues, infertility, um, tough menstrual cycles, or you are the type of woman who is hustling and grinding, you're a high achiever, you're really competitive, you want to get things done, and you're really in that what we call masculine energy. Don't worry, we all have both feminine and masculine energy. Most of the world, most of the women in the world have lived in this masculine energy. I have been there. This video is for you. So let me tell you a little bit about my story with my pelvic struggle. And I'm hoping you can relate in any way, shape, or form. So as far back as I can remember, I've always had issues with my pelvis and my uterus and all of the things. And in my 30s, I went through a pretty traumatic experience when I was teaching and being laid off, and just really, it put me in a shutdown mode. And soon after that, my husband and I decided to start trying for a baby. And I thought, oh, it's going to be easy. I'm going to plan it with my teacher school year, right? Masculine energy there. I'm going to be structured and rigid and all of the things. There's a time and place for that. Okay. I was way in that energy of go do it. We got to get it done. And I got pregnant right away. And unfortunately, I lost it. And this went on for a total of 4 times. 2 of those times, I had to actually have a surgery to have a DNC. That started the snowball, and it internally started some trauma that I, quite honestly, back then didn't know how to heal. And then I went on, finally got pregnant in a moment of surrender, in a moment of feminine power, and went on to have my beautiful son, Jake. And of course, went back into my masculine, had a birth plan, had everything written. This is the way it's going to be. This is how it's going to go. And of course, the universe played some lovingly, gave me some lessons, and I had to have a C-section, an emergency C-section, which was just a horrible experience and another traumatic experience. 3 weeks after that, I happened to have appendicitis and had to go back in the hospital and have that removed. And so you're seeing what's going on here. I'm having a lot of issues down there, and I'm kind of every time losing myself a little bit more in my feminine power, being cut open, like all of these things. Have you ever had any of this happen to you in some way, shape, or form? I went on and took the easy way with my daughter and was like, show me when to show up. C-section, right? More pelvic issues after. Went on and had to have, because of my, they called it varicose veins in my pelvic region, and I for pelvic something, and I had to have clips put on to help one at a time. The first one didn't work, so guess what? Force, force, force. I was like, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to fix this. Went in and had the other one clipped. I still didn't learn my lesson. And the universe will keep showing us what we need to learn until we learn it. After that, I thought, okay, it's going to go away. We're not going to deal with it. I'm going to just keep fixing it, band-aiding it up, right? Going on, I still continue to have pelvic pain. And so what was the next step? I was in pain. I didn't, how dare I have heavy periods? How dare my womanly parts like do this to me, right? I was so mad. I was so, right? Eventually, I went on and had a hysterectomy. One of my biggest regrets, actually, and that's just my opinion of my body. And then I still continue, even to this day, to have the pressure. It wasn't until a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, where I really got knocked in the face, so to speak, and really had to start to look at things in a different way. I lost some hearing in my right ear. I developed tinnitus, and that really woke me up. I was like, whoa, I'm doing all the things. I'm following all the rules. I'm super healthy, all of the things. And I'm still not feeling great. I'm still not in flow in all aspects, right? And it really was like, whoa, I am so out of my feminine energy. I am operating in such a masculine way. Some may call this the path of woo, being a little woo woo. And that's fine if you want to call me a little woo woo. I don't care. I'll take it because I am. But really, in reality, the woo woo in me is me starting to lean in to my feminine energy. And I've done that through breath work. I've done that through bar. I've done that through yoga and just getting more relaxed and surrendering tiny bit, tiny bit, tiny bit at a time, healing. And it's non-linear and it's a lifetime journey. And right now in my journey, I still often get that pain. I get these, I believe I have either ovarian cysts or something going on in my ovaries because I'm still getting those pains. Now, the old me, and tell me if you feel this way, or maybe you're doing this in some way, shape, or form with what your ailments are, would have been like, let's get this fixed. I'm going to go in. I'm going to see if I can get those cysts removed. And the old me was visualizing yanking it out and throwing it and just being so angry. The new me, the one that shows up today and has been working on this for many years, accepts, okay, this is how it is. I'm not going to push it away. I'm going to walk alongside this. It's information. The issues, the ailments you're having, it's information. And lately, I have been diving even deeper into this and learning really to honor my unique energy. Of course, I use human design if you've been following me, and that has just changed me on such deeper levels. And I love teaching about human design, and I will continue to teach you about human design because it's that powerful. But in the recent weeks and months, as I continue to go into my learning more about the feminine, I realized, okay, I may not have a uterus, but I still follow a cycle, and so do you. And I've been learning more and more about the moon phases and our cycle, our menstrual cycle. And last week was actually 2 weeks ago was just like, okay, I really want to do this. And I'm inviting you to join me alongside of me as we experiment. It's us together doing this. And I have a 4-week program. It's called She Activated. And it's really all about us tapping more into our feminine energy using human design and the moon phases. Did you know that each moon phase, our bodies are different, kind of like your cycle? We're all going to go at the same pace and the same energy levels, and I'm going to teach you each week will be different based on the moon. Again, feminine, not woo, if you really start to learn about this and really start to dive into the history behind this. And then I'm going to give you smoothie recipes for each week. I'm going to teach you more about what energy levels you're going to have and what to lean into. I'm going to give you a breathwork class, meditation, all of these things. And we're going to be in community in a private WhatsApp group. We're going to have fun. It's going to be feminine. We're going to dance. All of our classes you get access to, all our live ones, all of our recorded ones. And I'm going to align my classes with the energy of the moon because we're not all supposed to be going balls to the wall every day for all the days. The more we can tap into the energy of our cycle, which by the end, you're going to learn the concepts and then you're going to break the rules and create your own based on your own cycle. Imagine how different you'll feel. And that's what I know to be true for me too. And what I'm going through with my ovarian cyst. I really desire to really tap into, even though I don't have a period, even though I'm not going through a menstrual, cycle, I can still follow. I still ovulate. And even if you don't ovulate, you can still follow the moon to tap into energy and how you're supposed to be moving and exercising and breathing and creating and communing with people. We're going to have fun. We're going to do this. I think of it as where movement meets classy bachelorette party. And you're going to experiment with me. My body needs it. I don't know if your body needs it, but if you are wanting to do this, this is at an introductory price, this first round, because we're experimenting together. So reach out. I will also give you the link, or you have it because you're probably watching the landing page. And let's do this together. Again, we're moving into our feminine, which is not having so much control, but experimenting. And as I tell you this, I'm actually modeling this to you. I'm leading in a feminine way. I'm saying, listen, I'm going to release control. I'm going to surrender and experiment alongside of you. And so, what I teach, I practice. And I want you to know that. And I'm just really excited about this. My body needs it. And I know that if you are operating in your masculine, your energy is trying to get a hold of you. And the question is, are you ready to answer? If so, let's do this. I'm so excited.